Hey guys, welcome to another video where we are still cooking through Giada de Laurentiis Weeknights with Giada.
Last one for this round.
For this round, this will be our sixth video, sixth recipe, and then we are going to switch over to this monster of a cookbook.
Yes, it's from the TV show Cook's Country, which is part of America's Test Kitchen.
So if you have this book and want to see us try something, let us know.
Or if you've watched the show before and you've seen a recipe that is like, oh, I'd love to know what that's like, let us know.
And we will be starting that next week after you see this, so that'll be the goal there. We have gotten one recommendation to do some meatloafs. So.
And my mom mentioned spaghetti and meatballs, if they have it in here. I haven't looked yet.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
But a good spaghetti and meatball recipe.
We'll definitely have to take a look at that, because who doesn't love a good spaghetti meatball?
Right? It's like classic.
So, but for today, our recipe is going to be whole wheat linguine with basil, bacon, and shrimp. We were just talking that Giada doesn't really have
like creative names for her recipes. She literally just lists the ingredients.
Pretty much, here's pasta and here's what's in it.
Yep.
But that's okay. We're hoping that it's going to be good. So we're looking forward to.
We're not sure because there's clam juice in it.
There's clam juice in it. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. But we'll see how it goes. So, without further ado, let's get right into what kind of ingredients that go into this recipe here.
All right. For this recipe, you will need, I try to stay on camera this time, 1 pound whole wheat linguine pasta. We kind of cheated on it's like made with like whole wheat semolina. So we're close.
We figured it was close enough.
That's kind of been our whole thing this series. We're close.
Close enough.
Yeah. 1 pound of thick cut bacon.
Ours is not thick cut, but we have 1 pound of bacon.
And that will need to be chopped into 1/2-inch pieces. We need 4 cloves of garlic minced.
We are just using pre-minced garlic.
Because who needs to mince it when you can buy it already minced?
So, and we already have it, so why buy more stuff?
1 can diced tomatoes with the juice.
Maters.
1 cup heavy cream.
Yoink.
3/4 cup bottled clam juice.
Well,
I just noticed we got clam sauce.
Uh-oh.
I think that's the same thing.
I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
Well, we're using clam sauce. We'll see how this goes. 1 cup chopped fresh basil leaves.
We don't have that available.
We have our basil plant.
We have it.
Which is still alive.
Kind of.
It's pretty much still alive.
There's the basil.
That looks live to me. It's still green. We're good. And then salt and pepper. It's supposed to be kosher salt. And, oh, we didn't get 1.5 pounds. 1.5 pounds large peeled and deveined shrimp. We got 1 pound. So we're gonna go light on the shrimp.
Yeah, we'll make that work.
That's what you need for this recipe. Let's get started.
Let's get right into cooking this stuff.
Side note, time for some product placement. If you need a can opener and you don't want a mechanical one, this can opener, other direction, Joelle, is awesome. We love it. I have no idea what it's called, but my grandma had it at her house. Zyliss, Z-Y-L-I-S-S. Zyliss. And it's great if you need to open cans.
So to start this recipe off, we began by boiling water in a large pot to get ready for the pasta.
Salted water.
Salted water.
It needs to taste like the ocean.
Make sure it always tastes like the ocean.
That's what Stuart always says.
And then once it comes to a boil, you add the linguine noodles and you cook those for about 10 to 12 minutes after the water comes back up to a boil.
Yeah, the recipe says you want to cook until tender but still firm to the bite.
Yep. Yeah, so, and while that is cooking, what we ended up doing is we chopped up the bacon in a little bit, just using a pair of scissors.
Kitchen scissors.
Kitchen scissors for that. And we cooked that until it was crispy and brown.
And delicious.
And delicious looking. And then we transferred it to a plate just to drain the excess grease. You do leave the grease in the pan because then you cook all the other good stuff into it.
All right. To the bacon grease, you add garlic first of all, and you let that cook just for about 30 seconds until you can smell the garlic.
Yep.
After the garlic is cooked, you will add the can of tomatoes with the juice, the cup of heavy cream, and 3/4 of a cup of the clam juice.
Well, as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, we got clam sauce. So what we did is we strained out the extra clam stuff that was in it.
Yeah, we didn't want that anyway.
And hopefully that's close enough to it. It may not be, but that was an oversight on our part. It happens.
I think it's just clam juice that's been seasoned. So we just have a little extra seasoning in ours.
Right.
After the clam juice, you add a 1/2 cup of chopped basil. We're running a little low on the basil, so we went a little light on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you season it with salt and pepper.
Yep.
You'll bring it to a boil. You're going to scrape the bottom of the pan to get up any of the brown bits of the bacon. And then once it comes to a boil, you will turn the heat down to low and let it simmer for about 10 minutes until it's thickened.
And then once that's done, you add the shrimp in and you let that cook for about 3-ish minutes, maybe 5.
Shrimp never takes that long to cook, just until it's pink.
Always quicker than you think it's going to be. And then once that's done, you add the bacon to it. And then I think once that's done,
simmer for a minute or two just so everything gets back up to warm.
Yeah. And then you add it to the noodles, which we put into a glass bowl just
so
to
you
make
guys
it,
can see.
So you can see and to make it easier for us to mix it all together.
Yep, so you'll pour the shrimp and sauce over the pasta and stir to combine.
Yep.
The last step is you will garnish it with a little bit more fresh basil.
And then at that point, I think it'll be ready to eat.
Yep.
Yeah, so with that,
we'll be back when it's time to taste.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're back, and you'll have a shot here of what it looks like. Yeah.
This has looked really good.
It smelled really good.
The whole time we've been cooking it. And I wasn't really sure about with the whole clam thing going on, if it was going to be, I mean, there's shrimp and bacon, so it's gotta be
Well, we haven't tasted it yet either, so.
But it's looked and smelled really good. And maybe we'll see if we can put in a shot of how much it makes. This could feed a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Like the recipe says 4 to 6.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely like on the 6th line. Like,
especially when you consider usually with a pasta dish, you're gonna have a salad and you're gonna have probably bread of some kind. Yeah,
can we pick up the bowl? Like it is a huge.
This is a huge bowl
of pasta.
We'll be eating on this for probably a couple days.
I mean, it'll be lunches for the next little bit, which is good as long as it's delicious.
As long as it's delicious. Otherwise, we'll still eat it.
We'll share with family and friends.
That's right.
Here, guys, have some pasta.
But I'm looking forward to it. It looks good. It smells good. So let's go ahead and let's dig in.
And I guess we'll talk about costs
We will talk about costs after we take a taste. Make sure we get all the goodness.
I know, right? There's lots of stuff to try on here. We got shrimp and bacon and tomatoes and
pasta, basil.
But I think I got a little bit of everything. I got a good bite. You can tell Stuart's not Italian. He doesn't twirl his pasta very well.
I'm trying!
It's something us Italians are born with.
Oh,
see how nice my pasta swirled?
Well, I'm sorry that I fail at everything.
Not at everything, just pasta swirling. It's just not in your blood. It's okay.
It's not. I'm Scottish. That's terrible. Like, here's mine. Like,
Ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yours is not going to be pretty.
It's not going to be pretty. That's alright. I'll cut that out.
Okay.
Right, let's go.
You know what? It may not be pretty to eat, but it's pretty good.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Personal preference for me, and this is just a seasoning thing, I wish it was a little saltier.
But that is definitely something we can adjust. You can, you know, season the sauce before you put it on top of the pasta. Like you can taste it and see. We just didn't do that.
That's a little thing.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, and that's
it's not also something that reflects badly on the recipe.
No,
we just need to season better.
Right. Yeah, it's a really good pasta dish. Mm-hmm. And we were a little hesitant with the clam juice or clam sauce that we ended up using, but you don't even taste it.
No, I think it just adds a little bit of depth to the flavor of the sauce. It doesn't taste fishy or you know, that briny flavor that sometimes seafood has. It's really good.
Yeah. So let's go on a scale of 1 to 5 like we usually do.
Ooh, okay.
Where would you put this?
I know people hate it, but like a 4.5.
Oh, you're going to 4.5, huh? Yeah. I think I'm gonna go with a 4. Yeah, I think so far out of the 6 recipes we've done, the pitas that we made a few weeks ago, and I'll link that in the video here.
Yeah, that was like a breakfast.
That was a breakfast pita thing.
An egg on top, a fried egg on top.
That has been by far
Your favorite.
My favorite.
Mm-hmm. The pizza flatbread, also the first recipe we did was very good. I think this is definitely comparable to that.
Yeah, definitely. So
yep, really
I would say a 4 out of 5 on my part. Yeah, it's
super delicious.
Good dish. As far as the time that it took us to make it, probably half hour, 40 minutes.
The only thing that took a lot of time, and obviously, was letting the water boil and cooking the pasta. Mm-hmm. The bacon took about 10 minutes. So as long as you get your timing right, it wouldn't take long.
Right. Like if you start the bacon as soon as you put the water on the boil, they'll both finish around the same time.
And then it's just making the sauce, and the sauce only took 10 or 15 minutes to come together.
Right. But I would definitely recommend this recipe.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's a pretty quick and easy dinner once you get everything prepped. We did use smaller shrimp than I think it called for. It called for like large shrimp or something.
Right, and we didn't use quite as many as it called for either.
But you know what? That's not bad. I think it's good, so I would definitely recommend this video or this dish. It's delicious.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot, as pasta usually does.
As far as cost, we don't have an exact total because we didn't keep the receipt. But
and we also got a lot of stuff that was cheaper.
And we had some stuff in our freezer, like we had the bacon already.
And, you know, even the bacon we only spent like $1.50 on because we have like a scratch and dent store around here that has really cheap stuff.
And whenever they have bacon, we buy like pounds and pounds and pounds of it because it's only like $1.50 per pound, which is very cheap. So we did get the bacon at a lower cost. Like I said, we already had the basil. We already had garlic. We already had, the salt and pepper. We did get the pasta, but once again, pasta really isn't expensive. The only other thing that can be expensive is the shrimp. And once again, we kind of went the discount lower cost route and got it at Aldi's for about $4 or $5. Whereas if you were to go at a regular grocery store, it might be more like $8. Or 10 or 12 maybe. Honestly, I don't buy shrimp at regular grocery stores. I have no idea what it costs.
A lot more. This could
go to Aldi's.
If you have an Aldi's near you or a discount grocery store,
we highly recommend taking advantage of that.
Definitely do that. Easily, this could be a $30 to $40 meal, but it does feed 6 people.
I would even say 6 to 8 people if you did a salad and bread with it.
Right. So keeping that in mind, you're looking at about $5 or $6 a person, which isn't bad.
Nope.
But still, a delicious dish, and I would definitely recommend it. So I think that's going to do it for us with this video.
We've actually, I think, really enjoyed cooking through Weeknights with Giada. We've been able to try some new different flavors, some combinations of things we probably wouldn't have tried on our own. So that was really neat, and I think we would recommend this cookbook. And it is not expensive. We got it, I think, were we at Borders? Books A Million.
Books A Million, I think,
which is kind of like a Barnes and Noble, and it was $6.
It might have been 10, but still, for a cookbook, it was 10. It was $10.
So that's really not that bad.
On sale. So yeah, definitely, and
you can always check it out on Amazon too.
Right, and we'll link that here
down below.
And if I forget to do that, which I do a lot,
leave them a comment.
You can check 2max Try, and we'll have it linked. 2maxtry.com. We'll have it linked over there on our blog, so you can take a look at it.
Yep.
But we are planning to come back to this cookbook in probably about 7 weeks, give or take. But we are going to... So
it'll probably be after Christmas.
Yes, most likely.
January.
Right. So keep an eye out for those, but we are going to switch over to the complete Cook's Country TV show cookbook, which is America's Test Kitchen.
So this, I think, will probably be a little more like home cooking with a twist.
But we are also looking at that because there's a lot of things in there that are like multiples. So like we were looking at potato salad. We may do like a potato salad taste test and just do all the recipes at once since it's very similar. It's just the mixture looks different. So that's just something to look forward to.
Yep. And if you think you'd enjoy that, leave us a comment down below or like us and subscribe.
Yeah. And always remember, you can check us out on Instagram at 2maxtry. You can check us out on Facebook, 2maxtry. And as we said earlier, 2maxtry.com. So, we look forward to the next video when we hopefully cook something really delicious. It might be meatloaf, which I'm not excited about, but we'll see. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for all the comments, likes, and subscriptions, and we will catch you next time. So take care.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, YouTube.
Make sure you smile more. That's not a good look on you. come out more naturally.
I'll just stand here like this the whole time.
Do we need to head this? Is that the direction? You're just so much bigger.
Don't call me fat.
I'm not. I'm just saying you take up more space than me. Look at how little I am.
I'm not calling you fat. I'm just
like
saying you take
kid.
up more space than me.